Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine, and this is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid Moeeden, and we're going to be talking about the first day of the second test. Now, awesome scenes at Rawalpindi. Very sarcastic because the rain actually intercepted the play, and we ended the day early. Unfortunately, Pakistan are on the front foot from a South African perspective. So, unfortunately for South Africa, that's the case because South Africa started off really well. I think in the first session it was good performance from Keshav Maharaj. I at first said good captaincy from Quinton de Kock because initially the thought process was that there was going to be some movement in the pitch, the moisture, etc., and that the seam bowlers are going to be able to get some early wickets. He noticed after a couple of overs from KG going to the boundary. I mean, Nokia bowled quite well actually on his end. Kept the scoring low, but Kagiso was getting put through the gaps, etc., and they were finding runs quickly with KG. And he made the change. He brought on Keshav Maharaj, and almost instantly he got rewarded. 2 quick wickets in the morning session. So I thought that was good reading of the conditions, because while everybody is saying what it was going to do in the morning session from a seamers perspective, Quinton de Kock had the foresight to be able to look at the conditions and say, look here, it's not actually going to plan as we thought it would. Let's make a change, and that's what happened. But after the break, the pitch got a lot drier, a lot slower. We saw all the pace come out of every single ball that was bowled into the deck. Lost like 5 to 10 kilometers per hour, 0.5, 0.10 from that, and it was crazy. I thought that we're gonna have some extended runs of fast bowling, but it was a lot slower. Even for the spinners, they weren't getting as much purchase as the day went by. And as Maharaj said in his press conference as well, which Aditya will obviously catch us up on, the turn minimized as the day went by, and we weren't seeing as a lot of turn in the wicket when towards the end of the second session. Now, we didn't get a third session at all. The game was called off before that, so we're going to have to obviously see what happens on day 2. I hope there's no weather interruptions on day 2. I hope it's going to be a close match. The game will be 15 minutes earlier. Or the start will be 15 minutes earlier. But before we get going, and before I bring on the panel today, we're going to have Mpo on the show, and we're going to have Aditya on the show to come chat to us again and have a nice in-depth review show. Just remember to subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to smash that like button so we can get into other people's feeds as well. And also don't forget to become a Patreon. Super Chat is on if you guys want to get involved in the comment section too. So welcome to the show, Mpo, and welcome to the show. Yeah. Let's get into it, guys. I mean, I did predict Babar. I thought this is going to be his time to shine in this particular test. I thought that he would really step up. I wasn't really over the moon when we took the 2 wickets, I would say. I knew that there was still a lot of batting coming from Pakistan's point of view. I don't know, Fawad either seems like, I don't know, so obviously because of his age he's mature, but I mean, he seems so sure of his game. He knows exactly how he wants to play. He knows his role, and he executes. And that's what South Africa actually needs, someone like that. Like, we're hoping Rassie can do that for us. And I hope that Faf can do that for us as well. Where they can come in and we are sure that they're going to do something for us, either hold it in or lead the attack. So he showed both sides of himself. He was very, very calm and collected. And he complimented Babar very well on the other end. Paul, what was the standout point for you, would you say, in this particular match from a South African point of view?
From a South African point of view, wow. I think obviously you got hope that with that first ball that spun away from Abid Ali, that timber dropped, that gave you an indication that, hey, something could happen. And then obviously Kesh came back and then got the wicket. I think that was obviously largely because of the new ball and landing it on the seam, the ball moving away. And then Kesh playing in Azhar Ali's mind as to whether the ball's going to turn or straighten or go on with the arm. And he went for the one that straightened, and actually the ball got him the LBW. So I think those are the good moments. I love that short ball little catch on at short leg from Aiden Markham. That was amazing. Yeah. I thought that was inspired. And to a certain extent, after that, it just all of a sudden was like the guys had given up, or not necessarily given up, but it kind of felt like, okay, now we're just going through the motions, where we can allow the game to meander on, and that kind of disappointed me. I want to see a lot more short balls to Fawad Alam. I kind of felt that he didn't get a lot. I felt that also like the lengths that Keshav was bowling after the hour, where obviously he took the 3 wickets. He kind of bowled shorter. He didn't allow the ball enough time to give the drift and also get some turn like he did earlier on in the day. And it kind of went back from being an attacking option to being a containing option. And to a certain extent, yes, like I would have loved it early in the hour. Yes, after lunch, maybe you can change your tactics because you can't get these guys out. But in that morning session, I thought we needed to go for the jugular a little bit more. I think George Linder's injury kind of hurt the planning, but I would have loved Kagiso to come in a lot earlier before lunch just to see if he can't get a little bit more wickets out of that while the new batsmen are fresh and the ball's still hard. I think we missed a trick there a little bit. But Anup bowled well. He got the wicket. He bowled nicely. He obviously the ball's dying. The pitch is taking any energy out the ball, which is normal, what you expect. But it's tough, and this is one of those pitches where you have to bowl wicket to wicket as a seamer and hope that you either get them bowled or LBW. Nothing's going to get caught at slip, and a false stroke may come, but that's pretty much what it is.
Aditya, what's your assessment, especially after listening to Keshav's comments as well? What is your assessment of this particular match and the way the match is at the moment, or is poised at the moment?
Perhaps the biggest setback for the South Africans was George Linde getting an injury that we don't know a whole lot about. I think that was a significant setback because that meant that spinner's role was to be played by Dean Elgar, and that was almost that was a sense of relief for the Pakistanis because they didn't seem particularly threatened by Elgar. Expectedly, he's not a full-time bowler, but that combined with the moisture sort of wearing off and conditions becoming easier for batting made run scoring a fair bit easier. So we saw Fawad Alam play his natural game, where he got stuck in and then scored a bit, while Babar Azam was a lot more fluent than he probably was in the second test match and the first test match. I suppose that was the case. But I think I would like to see a bit more of Glenn Mulder too. That to me was I think to me that's where South Africa might have missed the trick a bit, because this is a sort of track where you would really want to bowl wicket to wicket, and he's the kind of bowler who would have extracted a bit more purchase. So there are no guarantees in cricket, but I think it's an option that should have been considered a bit more.
Yeah, I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against spamming in the comments. You can say your comment once, and you keep on coming on the show every single week, saying, or whenever you do come on the show, to say exactly the same thing over and over and over again. South Africa were unsuccessful. South Africa were unsuccessful in the World Cups without the quota system for years. So I don't think that your comment is warranted, for example, for saying that this is the reason why we are not performing at the moment. I mean, what player of color is not performing in this particular match, in this particular game, in this series so far? I mean, are you just gonna pick on one player the entire time? I don't think that your call is warranted. Go do your research on South African cricket, go do your research on South Africa's history, and then come back and talk your crap in the comments. So otherwise, I'm going to just ban you from the comment section and you're not going to be able to comment. I mean, you don't have to. If you want your comment to be seen, then maybe get a super chat and contribute in that way if you want your comment to be seen and read out. Don't spam and make it awkward for everybody else in the comment section.
Khalid, look, it's fine. We're looking forward. We're looking forward. We're not looking at what's happening. We're looking at the game. Let's focus on the game.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to address it.
I understand, and we'll talk about it at another time. Let's focus on the game. We've got cricket on. That should be enough in this lockdown world. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Look,
Mpo, I want to actually ask you a question quickly.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about? Is it more about the way South Africa bowled, or do you just think that Pakistan batted really well? Because from my perspective, when I looked at it, it was more about the way the Babar Azam batted, particularly him, and the way they built their partnership with patience. They showed us how we should bat, and I think on this particular pitch, it's so difficult when the ball is not doing much. You could see some of the balls are keeping quite low, but you were right in your assessment. I thought when a couple of short balls actually bothered them a bit, that's what we need to do. We need to pepper them with as many short balls as possible, I feel. The problem with that is that when Nokia's bowling full steam and only getting 135 Ks, that's a little bit of a problem to me, because I think he can't reach his dangerous 140s at the moment.
it's not about dangerous 140s. Now it's about skill. It's about, and this is why every time you look and you'll feel like the balance of the side, someone's missing. Last game, Vian Mulder was missing because he had the ball, gave him a lot of carry. He could have done with the reverse swing and everything else. Here, this is a Lungi type pitch. This is a pitch where you tell Lungi to bowl wicket to wicket and vary his pace. Yes, he can vary his pace. Look, it's gonna die. That's fine, but also vary his lengths, and that's what Anu needs to do. He needs to play with the lengths, vary his lengths. Some balls will die, so bowl it on off stump and bowl a short one, get him on his toes, and then bowl a few ones, full ones onto the pads, make them think. Bowl a short one again. Play around with bounce but always make sure that you're on the stumps, because the problem is that if they start thinking that there's inconsistent bounce, which we're starting to see, it makes it easier. It makes it harder for them to judge whether the ball at a shorter length is going to hit top of off, or if they need to try and pull it. And that's where you're going to get. There was one short ball that there was one pull shot that Fawad Alam played that was mistimed, and I was like, that's what you need to look for. You kind of need to look for that and have a short mid-wicket waiting for that pull that's mistimed, that's going to go to them. It bounced in front of mid-wicket, but we didn't have a short mid-wicket. It was on the circle. Those are the type of things that you need to look out for. And this is why I think also Vian Mulder is very important for this team, is that he can bowl wicket to wicket. I feel as though South Africa in this, we're trying to see if he can't extract anything, if there's some swing, if there's anything happening, but there's nothing. But from my perspective, I think the rain is a blessing in disguise. It's going to make the pitch a little bit harder and give it a little bit more moisture. And then we just need to make, in the mornings, there'll be dew. So that's good. It rained today, so that gives it a little bit more moisture. So there's something that the South Africans can go tomorrow morning and bowl to and try and make the most of their strengths, as everyone's been saying, no, play to your strengths, which is fast bowling, which I disagree with. But since we've already got 3 fast bowlers, that's how you're going to have to go about it tomorrow.
Yeah. I think that maybe in the morning session we must learn from our mistakes in the first session, early first session, and maybe open up with Keshav. What do you think about maybe doing that?
That is an option, but I also feel like the Pakistanis are going to be far more comfortable playing spin as opposed to playing the South African fast bowlers. And although Keshav did get a couple of wickets, and I'm sure that he's going to get an opportunity again, I don't think we should abandon the possibility of the approach that Mfo suggested right now, and continue doing that, because even in the last Test match, it was the fast bowlers who were more penetrated, and like genuine hardcore fast bowling does trouble the Pakistanis. So I think they should consider that a bit more and see how that goes. But I do think that Vian Mulder with the ball is going to play a big role in this match.
Yeah.
And
you see, like in the first test, there was like an area that they would bowl that would trouble Pakistan. You know, on the pitch there was a particular line and length that you should bowl to get something out of the pitch in some way. Have you seen? I mean, Umpo, have you seen any inconsistencies in what areas on the pitch should they be bowling at the moment to get the best out of the pitch for our fast bowlers?
Look, I think it's not necessarily getting the best out of the pitch, and I think we need to take the pitch out of the conversation.
Out of the equation,
this.
It's more about skill.
But I think it's just bowling top of off. If you keep on, and this is what made Dale so great, what made all the fast bowlers so great, is just aim at top of off and just pepper that channel over and over again. Yes, it's going to be 135 when you're throwing it at 140. Yes, when it comes off the pitch, that's what's going to happen. But you got to keep the batsman honest. You got to make it hard to score for the batsman, which is what I loved about Anup Nokia today, is that he did not give away any freebies. The moment you dry up the runs, that's the moment wickets will come, because they're going to try and push the game forward. Especially now we've lost the session. Pakistan might want to try and push the game forward a lot more. And that's when you start getting mistakes coming in. You need to try and get that channel and get it right, and always the question about Test cricket is your defense. For batsmen is testing their defenses. We didn't do that a lot. We kept on bowling it outside the channel, looking to take catches behind square. Tomorrow morning, just go with one slip, Quinny, and have everyone in front of square. Maybe you might have a third man there just in case something goes there, but everyone in front of square. And just try and bowl straighter, wicket to wicket, fourth stump line, and see what will happen, because I think we didn't do that a lot. I know Kagiso came in to bowl to Fahad Alam, and I kind of felt that in that spell, the first spell that he had to Fahad Alam, he needed to bowl a lot shorter to try and bother him. But he bowled a beautiful ball outside the off stump, and I was like, okay, that could work. But obviously Fahad Alam, anything outside the off stump line, he doesn't play it unless it's too full. So those are the things that South Africa kind of need to figure out. I kind of felt that they didn't plan for Fahad Alam a lot. It feels like it's one of those things where in the video sessions they didn't necessarily talk about how to get him out, because we have different tactics going on. Some guys are coming into him, some guys are going over his shoulder. Like, there needs to be a set plan as to what this guy is, and I think it is coming around. It is coming over the wicket to him and making him play on that back shoulder. So get the ball behind him. Either he ducks it or he tries to play it. Those are the type of things you need to try and go for. But it feels like that we don't know what the plan is to Alam. But it's bowling mixed bags. It's bowling slow balls. It's bowling balls that take the fact that the pitch doesn't have any pace, so play with that. So bowl one outside the back of the hand, bowl a leg cutter, but it must always be accurate. You need to be very accurate on this pitch to get something out. And I think Pakistan's going to do that with Hassan Ali. They're going to try use those variations that he has to try and eke out a wicket on a pitch that has nothing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. And the margin of error on this pitch is going to be it's crazy. I mean, if you put it in the wrong areas, they can really punish you. But I think also Pakistan is in a situation right now where a draw is fine for them. Like they don't need to win this game, so they can take their time, bat as long as they want, tire us out. So it's not really important.
No, there's still time in the game, though. There's still
lots of time. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's going to be more. South Africa needs to get early wickets, and they need to get the spare out tomorrow, and they're going to go for it tomorrow morning. But also, if the longer Pakistan waits, the more chance they have of scoring. So, like, they're not in a rush at all. So we're going to have to get the wickets. It's not like, we have to hope that Pakistan makes a mistake somewhere. Now, we have a comment over here saying the morning session will be crucial for the Proteas, but Werner saying that hopefully it won't be a morning session. so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Great play on words there, and excellent comment section. Made me laugh a bit. So guys,
the other thing is the reverse swinging ball. With a pitch as abrasive as this one, there's a possibility that Vian could get something coming into the right hand. There's a possibility with Kagiso. So
Kagiso can do something tomorrow.
That's something that we need to consider tomorrow, on top of the fact that the pitch might be a little bit harder, because that thing was just like the moment in the first over when Angus making foot marks and it's looking like it's rough outside the left hand. Now I was like, dude, there's nothing more we can do now.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's going to come up with a plan tomorrow, it will be KG. KG is a smart enough bowler to be able to assess this and come up with a plan for the whole bowling unit, I feel.
No, but this is the thing, Khalid. My problem is, why don't they do this before the game? Why don't you do this before the game? Let's have the plans laid out to say that, okay, it's dry, it looks cakey, we're going with this plan. If this doesn't work, Keshav, it's all on you. If it's not Keshav, then it's so and so, or this is the strategy we're going to. So we can see, because currently we're not seeing that progression of plans. We're seeing one plan, plan A, which is bowl your normal game and see what you can do. Plan B was get Keshav in early, and we didn't, and it worked. We kept on with plan B, but Keshav, kind of as the pitch died, Keshav drew his lengths back and tried to be containing. And then plan C, there's no plan C. And plan C normally for South Africa is that short ball barrage. They tried it, it didn't work. I thought they needed to be more persistent. But we need to see that progression throughout the day, because that's how that's a thinking man's game. It's a thinking man's cricket. You can't just try and do a little bit of a let's go back to A, let's go back to B. Be consistent, try something and go for it and stick to it. Like, I want to see, like, for me, a couple of overs of body line is plan C. Get Fawad Alam on the body line, and if it hits him in his chest, that's fine. It's the bounce of, let's see what he's going to do. But we're not testing them. We're not testing Pakistan, and that's a sad part about me. They're batting well, but we're not giving. It's like we're there, we're just sparring with them, but they're giving you body blows, and you're not doing anything. You're just hanging on the ropes.
Yeah, because I mean, it's also a thinking game from that perspective to see how Pakistan is going to react and then adapt to that as well. Because sometimes you can lay out a plan and Pakistan counters it instantly, and then all your plans out the window. So you have to also check out the opposition reacts towards certain conditions as well, where they stand. They might change their whole stance, where they stand at the crease, all of those type of things. If they come more forward quicker, all of those type of things that they will be obviously also prepared for certain things as well. But I agree with you 100% that we need to. I said it in my preview, that if we're going to beat Pakistan, we're going to, on this particular pitch, even if it is a little bit drier, we're going to have to get those shorter body line shots and cramp them in their crease and really force them to play attacking shots to get out of those positions. That's how we're going to get these wickets.
And the other thing that we haven't used is a Yorker.
Yeah.
The pitch has nothing to do with a Yorker. Just try ball one. 150 kilometer, 145 at the legs, and see what's going to happen.
Exactly, yeah. Because I mean, that variation is excellent because it doesn't take the pitch into consideration at all. So you just take it straight into the legs, and maybe mixing it up a little bit is the way we're going to have to do this. But I'm sure that they would have worked things out. I mean, I'm hoping that they will by tomorrow morning. We'll have to see and wait and see. So, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot, Aditya. Let's just have a final thoughts from you before we say bye to the fans.
The rain is a blessing in disguise for the South Africans, and I hope they use it to their advantage tomorrow. If it's, I guess, an additional extra hours of rest for the fast bowlers. So I hope they're all energized when they come in tomorrow and just bang it in short and see where it takes them.
Yeah. Guys, I agree with that point. Thanks a lot, Paul. Thanks a lot, Aditya, for coming on the show. Thanks to all of you guys for watching as well. Please smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe, do all of those things. And also download the latest issue of the magazine. The link is on the screen and in the description. Also, you can go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates. Become a Patreon today. You can join the community, help support us, and join this community. And you'll get exclusive content to you, as well as become part of the Discord server. And as a major fan, you can basically you'll get that feeling of satisfaction being a certain fanatic at a certain level according to what tier you pay for. So let's go for that, guys. Get in the comment section, get in the description, and click on that button as well. If you guys have a business, you're looking to make sales online, even if your business is offline, we have a free video tutorial on this channel to help you out. And if you just want to go directly to us and find out how we can help you promote your business, go to cricketfanaticmag@gmail.com, email us, drop us a mail, and ask for our help. We can try to help you as best as possible. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. Thanks to Mpo. Thanks, Aditya. We'll see you tomorrow again with another review show. Take care.